Recording has started.
Welcome back to another episode of the Capes and Lunatics. It is the part one of the Secret Wars 2 Sausage Party. It's me, Phil. And of course, just the only other person who would join me for this, Justin the Owl.
Taking a trip back 40 years ago. A trip back in time.
Yeah, just in time for the 40th anniversary. That was last year.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We were going to do this last year on
Marvel Tales, yeah.
But we reorganized things a little bit.
We had to prepare ourselves. We had to be ready. Get prepared for the awesomeness! Yes! Charlie Esser's favorite storyline. Yes, the Beyond there! Molecule Man! Ah!
Now, was this his all-time favorite? Or like
I don't know if it was his all-time favorite, but it was pretty high. It ranked pretty high up there.
Yeah. I know he also loved Superior Spider-Man.
Yes, Otto Octavius. Yes,
and there were a couple of others that he held in really high regard.
Oh yeah, I mean he loved Ben Grimm, the Thing, and yeah.
I wasn't sure how this ranked in his top 10 or whatever.
It came up often enough that even Lilith was like, "Oh yeah, Secret Wars 2 is one of his favorites."
Yeah.
I think when we talked like the 2015 Secret Wars, he would like refer back to Secret Wars 2. I'm just like, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, were you reading these when these came out originally?
No, not really. I had read most of the tie-ins, but yeah, it would be a while before I would read the actual miniseries. Did you read these while these are coming out?
Some of them, yes. The Iron Man one, I was reading Iron Man regularly. The X-Men issue, I was reading X-Men regularly then as well. So both of those were very familiar to me. I don't think I had read the New Mutants issue. That one did not ring any bells at all.
Yeah, no, I think that was a new one for me.
Yeah. And the actual miniseries itself, Secret Wars 2, I purchased kind of sporadically when it came out because I was at the mercy of the spinner racks and whatever they had. So I think that I had maybe a little over half of that. I just remember in particular the issue with the Thing taking on everyone. I can't remember which issue that
might be the Thing issue. I'm trying to remember because I think that we might have an issue with the Thing on the list. So.
Yeah, I feel like it was the Secret Wars 2 one though. It was an issue that just spotlighted the Thing fighting all of these different.
I just remember seeing ads for this in the very first comics I ever read were the Marvel Transformers stuff, and I just remember seeing ads for Secret Wars 2 in those, and I had no idea what was going on, and all I see, at this point the Beyonder had already, giving himself a body and giving himself the dark hair and the white jumpsuit, and I'm just like, I'm reading my first comics ever, and I'm seeing these ads, and I'm just like, why is Elvis fighting the Marvel superheroes?
Yeah, exactly. What is going on here? Yeah.
I'm just like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Shall we jump in?
Yeah, we've got a feast of issues here.
And I got some nice synopses here too. We're not lacking for synopses tonight.
Well, there we go.
All right. Somebody else loves Secret Wars too, man. They went into detail on them, so.
Yeah.
All right. So, yes, and of course we're gonna start with Secret Wars 2 #1.
Yep, there it is. We got some great John Byrne covers on these too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Captain America, Iron Man, and the X-Men, New Mutants.
Yeah, New Mutants. Colossus with his 80s outfit, the 80s tunic.
I could just imagine plotting this thing out. It's like, okay, whose books are going to be shipping the same month as the same week as issue 1? Okay, Captain America, Iron Man, the X-Men. Okay, we'll make it work. Okay.
Yeah, I can't imagine what the editorial meetings were like for this.
Because again, Secret Wars 1, everyone was just taken away and brought back between issues. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, and they at the most they had to like shoehorn in like a panel or two to explain what was going on.
Yeah, somehow everyone had to get to Central Park, go in that thing, and then next issue everyone pops back out. Yeah,
right. That's it. Yeah, that's not much of a challenge. Pretty much any writer can work with that.
Yeah, I mean most of them were local to the New York area at the time, so
yeah, they knew like how to edit stuff at that point for larger overarching stories, but yeah, this one is a whole other animal.
I know. All right, Secret Wars 2 #1 from July 1985, Earthfall. Of course, writer Jim Shooter, penciler Alan Milgram, inker Steve Loyola, colorist Christy Shield, letterer Joe Rosen, and editor Bob Budiansky.
Nice.
All right. Traveling across the infinite void of space, something has come to Earth. He crash lands outside of a Denver, Colorado suburb, disturbing the television watching of Owen Reese, aka the Molecule Man, and his girlfriend, Marsha Rosenberg, Volcana. They're television watching. When Owen looks out the window to see what's messing with the television reception, he sees giant debris flying through the city. Owen and the Volcana both use their powers to try to contain the damage when Owen notices some being among the debris. When Marsha asks who the being is, Owen is scared.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what can scare the Molecule Man?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Half a world away. Really half a world away? Charles Xavier wakes up screaming the name of the Beyond. Whoa! Screaming the name of the Beyonder.
You want to tell us something, Charles?
Whoa! Oh, I don't know what. Do we want to know what happened on Battle World?
Scream at! Scream at!
Oh man, I don't know what happened. He left. He couldn't walk. He came back. He can walk again.
Oh my god. Maybe it was more than just a telepathic probe.
Take it.
Oh man, I don't know, man. All I know is he came back and his back was realigned all of a sudden.
He exploded and got a bunch of magic all over them.
Secret Wars 2, kids.
You just need it realigned manual.
Oh my!
Closed for maintenance.
Alarm. He screams the Beyonder's name, alarming Moira McTaggart, and the members of the New Mutants are with him in Scotland. Charles tries to get Moira to warn the X-Men in America. However, she tells him not to strain himself after their recent ordeals. Whoa! Okay.
Oh, jeez.
So he's straining himself with everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is like close to 200 when he, So when he leaves Earth to get some alien bird strange, me would say.
Yeah, he's almost checked out of here. He's like, Magneto, you take over. I'm done.
Our worst enemy? You're gonna let him take care of it? Yeah. I got places to be and aliens to do. Come on.
That's right.
See the tail feathers on that bird?
Look at that. Oh my god.
Charles, why are you picking feathers out of your teeth?
No! Oh.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
However, he is desperate and uses his mental powers to warn someone. However, the strain causes him to pass out. He manages to contact Captain America, who is on his way back to America following an adventure in England, which we'll get into when we get to the Cap issue.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, again, like pretty early on in the Grunwald.
Grunwald run, yeah. Mm-hmm. he had only been on there for I think less than a year, right?
I think it was I think it was like the maybe second issue or something when we get to the Secret Wars 2 issue. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So this is really early on. Realizing the potential threat that Beyonder poses on Earth, he uses his Avengers priority card to get the pilots to divert the plane to Los Angeles. After explaining the situation to the upset passengers, Cap returns to the cockpit and thinks about his previous encounter with the Beyonder. While back in Colorado, the Beyonder, having taken a form that is a composite of the heroes and villains he encountered on Battle World, I know it looks like something you get out of a Happy Meal or something.
It's so funny, yeah.
Has been invited into the Reese residence. Owen welcomes him and learns that the Beyonder comes seeking to understand the nature of their reality. Owen tries to explain the best way to understand the way the world works is through experience. The Beyonder decides to take his advice and, at Marcia's suggestion, teleports away to Los Angeles, but not before Owen can suggest to him to take on a less conspicuous form. At Charles Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters, the X-Men Nightcrawler and Colossus meet with Magneto, having been summoned by Professor Xavier to deal with the Beyonder. As they are having a tense conversation, Wolverine, Rogue, Shadowcat, and Rachel Summers burst in through the window and attempt to attack Magneto. Colossus and Nightcrawler stop them and explain that Magneto has come as an ally, not an enemy. After explanations are made, Wolverine agrees to allow Magneto to accompany them, but he intends on watching him closely. With their jet damaged, they all pile into one of the professor's limos, and Magneto uses his magnetic powers to lift it into the air and carry them to L.A. The Beyonder arrives in Hollywood in energy form and happens past the home of irate writer Stuart Caldwell, drawn by Caldwell's angry phone call with his agent, where he berates the censorship he faces with his writing. When the Beyonder manifests in human form, appearing as the Molecule Man, because nothing says inconspicuous like a man with lightning bolts on his face.
Yeah, exactly.
He tells them that he desires to understand. He tells them that he is incomplete and wishes to know all, and shows them that he can do anything. To show this, he turns Caldwell's desk and everything in it into a pile of apples. Oh, God. I frightened you and ruined your whole day. How do you like them apples? Elsewhere in L.A., Magneto tracks down other members of the New Mutants who have been forced to fight in a mutant arena. Magneto bursts through the arena. He tries to recover the New Mutants and their allies. However, only Cannonball, Magic, Dazzler, and Lila Cheney accompany them back. When they try to convince the X-Men to go back for the others, Magneto tells them there is no time and they are on their way. While back in Hollywood, Calder is amazed to learn of the Beyonder's powers and tells him that if he had power, and asks to give him a display of desire by giving him some powers of his own. The Beyonder complies by transforming Caldwell's Shazam award into a lightning-shaped sword. He is transformed into his ultimate dream come true, the super-powerful Thunder Sword. Smashing out of his apartment, Caldwell jumps on his flying steed, Boromir, which materializes out of thin air and rides off to get revenge against those who have undermined his creativity. As he rides away, the Beyonder decides to follow along. The X-Men are not far away when they witness Thunder Sword attacking the NBC studios. When Caldwell notices them, he attacks their car, totaling it. Wondering if this man is the Beyonder, Magneto sends Cannonball, Shadowcat, Rogue, and Nightcrawler after him, but they have all been knocked aside. Wolverine and Colossus stop Cannonball from harming people when he crashes through a McBurger restaurant.
Not McBurgers.
McBurgers. Thunder Sword uses his weapon to destroy the place because he doesn't like the food. It causes a grease fire to spread to the nearby hotel, forcing Rachel to use her telepathic powers to wake everyone inside and make them flee. As Captain America is taking a cab to the scene of the battle, the news reaches the headquarters of the West Coast Avengers. Present are Tony Stark and Jim Rhodes. Tony has had a crucial phase of his new armor and sends Jim to deal with the threat in his Iron Man armor. Because once again, we're all close to Iron Man 200.
Yes. Scarlet Centurion.
That's right. Captain America arrives at the scene in the nick of time and saves a woman and child from the burning hotel. Working together with the X-Men, New Mutants, Dazzler, and Lila Cheney, Captain America manages to hold Thunder Sword at bay for Magneto to toss a number of cars at him. When Thunder Sword strikes the cars, he sends debris flying all over the area, one piece striking Lila in the head. As Rachel notices this, she also detects a powerful presence watching the battle. She reaches out with her mind and detects the Beyonder. Upon his discovery, he makes himself visible to all, taking interest in the New Mutants' magic. He reaches into her and brings out her Dark Child form. Horrified at having her full demonic form exposed to her friends, Ileana teleports away, taking Shadowcat, Dazzler, Rachel, and Cannonball with her. Noticing that the kids have vanished, Wolverine rushes at the Beyonder in a fury, with the X-Men trying to stop him, leaving Captain America to battle Thundersword alone. Wolverine slashes the Beyonder's face and stabs him in the gut with his adamantium claws. The X-Men pull him off, and Lila, worried that the Beyonder might destroy them, teleports them all away. This display distracts Captain America long enough for Thundersword to knock him down. However, before he can kill Cap, Iron Man blasts him from behind and carries Cap away. Swooping back around, Captain America tosses his shield at Thundersword's arm, knocking his sword out of his hand. Changes back to his Shazam award, and Caldwell loses his amazing abilities. The Beyonder by this point has realized that the only way to understand desire is to experience it for himself, and as Caldwell begs him to restore his powers, the Beyonder seemingly vanishes. When Caldwell breaks down into tears when he realizes what he has done, Captain America leaves him to Iron Man to turn over to the authorities and leaves the scene to resume his course back to New York, unaware that he is secretly being followed by the Beyonder. Alright, what do you think, Justin?
This was a wild trip. I had forgotten about all of the stuff that happened in this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I remembered Thundersword actually more from the Iron Man
issue that
we're going to talk about in a minute. I forgot. I guess I forgot that he appeared first in this issue. I know that it was another Secret Wars issue. I guess I forgot it was the first one. But I thought that was cool because Shazam, and then he has Captain Marvel from DC Shazam powers. Like, I thought that was clever.
Oh yeah. I mean, this issue is jam packed, man.
This ain't my comic system.
Yeah. And I'd forgotten about the Beyonder taking on that weird hodgepodge form when he first appears, with all the different pieces of everybody's look. Yeah, it was so out there. And I had forgotten too that Wolverine got right in there and slashed at him with his claws.
Mm-hmm.
And he just stares at him and just gives him the hairy eyeball, and they disappear.
I mean, you had to figure that wasn't going to work, but again, on Wolverine's part, it's like, I mean, the guy can destroy us with a thought. I better kill him while I got the chance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The thing that I thought was most confusing or most unexpected or most weird was when the Beyonder grabbed Ileana and turned her into the Dark Child. I was like, what's that about? How does he even know that that's a thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think I guess he could probably read minds or something, or just.
I guess, yeah, but I don't know. I thought that was strange. I'd forgotten about that detail. That he just grabbed her and transformed her just like that.
Was probably trying to release all her inhibitions, because again, he's studying desire.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
and again, we got to set up that New Mutants issue.
That's true.
It's like we have to bring this group of people together, and then we need to split them apart by the end of the issues in their own individual books.
Yeah, so they each have their own individual things to do in their own issues, as we'll see.
Because God forbid, Captain America show up in a Claremont X-Men or something.
Oh man, yeah. No, we won't get there for a while.
Again, if it was modern comics, he probably would have.
This ain't my
exactly. Give it another 20, 30 years.
Exactly.
And then you won't be able to keep them out of each other's books.
Oh, no. Hey, Charlie, what did you enjoy about this? The Molecule Man, the return of the Molecule Man. Beyonder studying desire.
And the art was great.
Oh, yeah.
So good. Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking because I saw a note on here, but it said this cover was... by Sal Buscema, John Byrne, and Terry Austin.
Oh, nice.
But then what was the note here? It said, cover art based on an initial cover drawn by Buscema.
Oh, cool.
So the original one must have been a Sal Buscema.
Very cool.
So it's probably the Beyonder, Bright Cross and Wolverine across Hollywood or something.
We still need that collection, that omnibus of all of the Sal Buscema right hooks.
Oh yeah,
we need that.
Well, how funny would that have been if Wolverine was ready to stab him and give him the whole speech about he's the best there is at what he does, and the Beyonder just backhands him through a building or something.
Yeah, just flying into the next hemisphere.
Oh my. All right. Anything else on this one?
No, this was it was a lot of setup, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just kind of like, here's what's happening. He's here on Earth. He's up to some shenanigans.
All right, and let me ask you: if Captain America's coming back from England, wouldn't he have come to the East Coast first?
Yeah.
Even if that plane lands in New York, wouldn't it have been quicker to like get off the plane at like JFK or something, get to Avengers Mansion, get a Quinjet that flies a lot faster than a 747?
Yes. Yeah. They were still rocking the Quinjets then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
or again, you call Avengers headquarters. Well, can you call from a plane in '85? I guess so. I'm just like, call Avengers Mansion, have somebody have the Quinjet sitting at the airport.
Yeah, have it waiting for you. Mm-hmm. I thought that was strange.
And that way, maybe bring some more Avengers with you.
Right.
Hey, is Thor there?
Yeah, he might be able to take me there in 5 minutes.
All right, so according to this, the next one was New Mutants number 30.
Well, that kind of makes sense, given the conclusion of the last issue.
Well, the order they have mostly makes sense to me, but they have the Iron Man issue last, and I thought that came like after the New Mutants, but...
Oh, okay. Right.
I mean, I guess at this point it doesn't matter, but...
Yes.
All right, so yeah, this one was new to both of us.
Yeah.
All right, New Mutants number 30 from August 1985, The Singer and Her Song. Writer Chris Claremont, penciler Bill Sienkiewicz, inker Bill Sienkiewicz, colors Glennis Oliver, letterer Joe Rosen, and editors Ann Nocenti and Peter Sanderson. Following her encounter with the Beyonder, in which she unleashed her Darkchild form, Magic has teleported herself and her comrades Cannonball, Dazzler, Shadowcat, and Rachel Summers to Limbo. In an out-of-control rage, she unleashes the full fury of her black magic powers on everything around her. Noticing that Ileana's soul sword has turned pitch black, Shadowcat jumps her and tries to wrest it free. Upon grabbing it, it turns silver once more, and Kitty is partially armored by it. She strikes Ileana with the sword, and its eldritch powers restore her back to normal. With everything back to normal, Kitty wonders if her connection to the sword has tainted her soul along with Ileana. She is angry that this is yet another thing that the Beyonder has done to her and vows to make her pay. Oh yeah, because she's mad too, because after the first Secret War, she's like... she's like, no, he messed with my friend, and and then he like made my my age inappropriate boyfriend leave me.
Oh my god! Yeah, the Jim Shooter being Jim Shooter.
God, he stopped the child molestation. That you Beyonder, you bastard. Oh, Claremont. Funny. Teleporting back to Los Angeles in the closest location from their battle with the Beyonder, Cannonball tries to call the Avengers hotline to check on the fate of the battle the X-Men and Captain America had with the Beyonder, but gets the runaround from the operator. When deciding what to do, they decide it's best to try and find the location of their missing friends who are still prisoners of Alexander Flynn's mutant arena, which is what all the X-Men should be doing. Hot wiring one of Lila Cheney's cars, the quartet of mutants find a man who purchased a ticket to the arena, and Rachel mind probes him to learn the location of the seller. As they speed off, they hope to eventually track down the location of the Gladiator Arena and rescue their friends Sunspot and Magma. Dazzler offers to infiltrate the arena to locate their friends for them. However, Kitty declines the idea, telling her that without any training, it's too dangerous for her. While back in the arena, Sunspot fights against two warriors and easily wins yet another bout. Returning backstage, he deactivates his powers, and Amara points out that he has been wounded. They are confronted by a hologram of Alexander Flynn, who tells them that the wound is a badge of honor. When Sunspot mocks him, Flynn reminds them that he has children hostage that he will kill if they do not comply with him. While outside, the other New Mutants and their allies have managed to find the location of the arena. As they stake out the area, they notice that Dazzler has slipped away and is heading toward the main gates. Kitty is unimpressed, and as Rachel is contacting Dazzler telepathically, the Beyonder invisibly appears behind them. Rachel tries to get Dazzler to come back, however, Dazzler, still troubled when Lila Cheney called her a junkie, is determined to go in and prove that she is not addicted to the arena. Before Rachel can stop her from going further, Dazzler passes a size screen that blocks Rachel's ability to maintain contact. Cannonball is not happy that Dazzler has gone in and asks Kitty to go after her. However, Kitty tells him that it It was her choice. Rachel, meanwhile, detects some strange presence in their midst. Inside the mansion, Dazzler is welcomed by her old gladiator comrades, Ivich and Max. She comes telling them that she couldn't stay away from her friends and her old life, and they test her loyalty by making her drink a stronger version of the drug that they had forced her to take the first time she was in the arena. Monitoring from a private room, the secret leader of the gladiator arena is happy to see that Dazzler has returned to the arena and demands champagne to drink. However, with things going well, this figure decides to prepare for possible disaster and puts in a call to General Nagakoi in San Francisco. Later, learning that the arena is looking for technicians, Kitty disguises herself and calls herself Cat, applying for a job. Max and Ivich conducting an interview and test her by making her fix a walkie-talkie for them. As Kitty works on the device, Dazzler starts her first performance in the arena since her return. Using her late powers and singing voice, she manages to take out an entire arena full of warriors to powerful applause. Once more being adored and recognized, Dazzler realizes that this is where she belongs, that she is home. She's unaware that she's being watched by the Beyonder, who finds the whole spectacle interesting. As the battle concludes, Kitty turns back over the device, and impressed by her work, Max hires her. Backstage, Dazzler revives Sunspot and Magma, who was knocked out by her light show. When she tells them that she has come with Cannonball and the others to save them, they want nothing to do with her, telling her that they saw her on stage and she enjoyed what she was doing. Dazzler denies it, but deep down she wonders that they are right. Amara tells Dazzler that they can't escape so long as Flynn has children to threaten them with. This is overheard by Kitty, who uses the opportunity to repair Max's communicator to slip a bug that allows her and the others to listen in. Informing Cannonball what's going on, she decides that they are going to act during the next match and tells him the plan. The next morning, the gladiators go through a training session. During the staged battle, both Magma and Sunspot play rough with her, spurring her anger. Dazzler, fed up with getting the third degree from the two new mutants, tells them that she is not going to help them anymore and only looks out for herself. This is overheard by the arena's mysterious leader, who finds his turn of events playing into their hands and allowing them to bind. While outside, Rachel's trying to make a connection to the presence she felt earlier, while Cannonball and Magic wait for Kitty's signal. While inside, Kitty has checked and determined that Flynn is not holding prisoners hostage and uses her phasing powers to short-circuit the electricity in the arena. She then finds Roberto and Amara and tells them the truth that they all agree to work together to smash the arena's operation. While outside, the Beyonder makes his presence known to Rachel and the others. Ileana immediately attempts to attack him with her soul sword. However, Rachel pulls her back. Rachel decides that a better approach is to try to establish a psi-link with him in order to understand who they are. However, in letting the Beyonder into her mind, his curiosity is overwhelming, and when Cannonball notices that Rachel cannot stand anymore, he pulls her free. Upon doing so, the Beyonder vanishes once more. While back inside, Kitty sends Sunspot and Magma off to the next battle, telling them to wait for her signal while she goes off to find Dazzler. Finding Dazzler sleeping in her quarters, Kitty comes across her diary and finds an entry where Dazzler has come to terms with her addiction and realizes that she doesn't want fame at the cost of her soul. Proud of her, Kitty wakes Allison up and they try to get away when Dazzler suddenly unleashes her powers on Kitty. Before Shadowcat can do anything, she finds herself in the grip of the arena's mysterious leader. When Kitty turns to see who it is, she is shocked by who the leader is and finds it impossible to believe. Out in the arena, Sunspot and Magma prepare for battle when Dazzler comes on stage, signaling the main event. They're shocked when a giant creature comes out to battle them. As they prepare to fight, the mysterious leader of the arena cackles madly from their secret screening room as the giant warrior is really a robotic shell with Shadowcat hidden inside. To be continued. God damn, that's a Chris Claremont issue.
Yeah, I know. So much going on in here.
I know, and it's not even like a self-contained issue.
No.
It's like stuff was going on before, it's continued still.
Continued afterwards.
I don't know, do you think Claremont was just like, he was going to go on with his story no matter what, but he manages to like shoehorn in the Beyonder just...
I think that's what it is. I think because the Beyonder only appears for like those, 2 or 3 pages.
Yeah, he's basically just like watching that, invisibly watching them.
Yeah, and then there's that brief rapport with Rachel, that telepathic link, but that's it.
Yeah.
So I think that maybe they just had to do some last minute editing to remove like some extra stuff with the the gladiator arena and all that.
And just like quickly mention, oh hey, the X-Men and Captain America fought the Beyonder in Secret Wars 2 #1. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, the editors were probably working overtime on all this stuff.
Yeah. I don't know if it was just kind of like dropped in the middle of a story, or if it seemed like it had the least amount to do with Secret Wars 2. But this wasn't a bad issue, but I think it was my least favorite out of this group.
Yeah, this is one that I think I would like more if I read it in the context of the New Mutants, like reading like a whole cluster of those at a time, which I do want to go back and do at some point because I forgot how much I enjoy these.
Because I mean, I'm sure their whole point was like, oh hey, kids, go read Secret Wars 2, and if you're reading Secret Wars 2, oh hey, why don't you try some of these tie-in series that you haven't been reading? And it like
exactly.
If this was my first issue of New Mutants, I don't know if I'd be interested in picking up New Mutants.
Yeah, it's a weird choice to have for this tie-in issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because
if I was a kid, I'd be confused. I would have no clue what's going on.
Yeah, no, because on the outside, the only real New Mutant you have is Cannonball, and then like Sunspot and Magma are basically just like, yeah, we want to stay here and beat the shit out of each other and other people.
We love it.
Yeah,
I know.
Like Kitty,
and then there's a brief stuff with Ileana in the beginning of the issue.
Kitty complaining she's not getting molested anymore.
Dazzler
Dazzler doing drugs again.
That was weird. That was weird. The whole Dazzler popping off and saying, "That's it. You and I and the New Mutants are through." Like,
I know. I was waiting for that to be like an act or something, like full, whoever's running that arena. But I'm just like, okay. Oh yeah, and then just like, and again, it's so Claremont, but it's like, oh, you're addicted to fame.
Yeah. Well, I think this is back when the show Fame was on, so maybe they're trying to channel some of that energy. I don't know. Ugh. But yeah, that was weird. And yeah, the Kitty Pryde swearing vengeance against the Beyonder. I'm like, what are you talking about?
You stole my man.
Yeah, that was a little weird. Yeah, if I was a kid and this was my first issue of New Mutants, I'd be like, I'm not in it.
Yeah.
No.
And there's way too much stuff going. I mean, again, I love old comics you get so much more for your money than modern comics. But again, it's a Claremont. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dialogue, there's a lot of plot.
Yeah. A lot of weird stuff too.
Kitty, you stole my man, Beyonder.
Seacock.
All right, we're ready to move on to the next one.
Yeah, I mean, at some point we should go back and cover some of their New Mutants. We should cover a whole chunk at a time.
Exactly, and
there's some gold there, yeah, for sure. Yeah. But
because I think that's the other thing, because all the other crossover books in this month, I think, again, even if they were set in like an overarching thing or whatever, they were better told as like individual, standalone stories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Because again, as we'll see in this next issue, the Captain America issue, God, Grunwald picked it. I think that the England thing with Captain Britain was somebody else. So like Grunwald just picks him up. He still hasn't been home since Grunwald started writing the book. He's like, what day is it?
Hit the ground running.
In the days before iPhones and stuff, it's like, what day is it?
Yeah.
And the appearance of a new villain.
That's right.
All right. So, yes, now we jump to Captain America 308 from August 1985. The Body in Question. And, of course, yes, as we mentioned, writer, the late, great Mark Grunwald, penciler Paul Neary, inker Dennis Jank, colorist Ken Fiedenowitz, letterer Diana Elbers, and editors Michael Carlin and Michael Higgins. Captain America leaps over the perimeter wall of the West Coast Avengers compound. As he fights his way through the various traps that have been set up, he tries to figure out what day it is after being through so many travels and time zones between his arrival in London, his battle with Modred the Mystic, and his fight with the Beyonder in L.A. So yeah, he's been some heavy duty battles here,
jet setting all over the place
with powerful wizards and Beyonders.
Yeah.
As he maneuvers his way through, he is unknowingly watched by the Beyonder. He manages to get through the compound security system and is almost tripped up by a surprise attack by Hawkeye and his wife Mockingbird. With the exercise over, the three Avengers are happy to see each other, and Cap expresses how impressed he is with security. After a tour of the compound, Cap asks if he can borrow one of the Quinjets to fly back to New York. Hawkeye is glad to loan him one, and he and Mockingbird head off for a party, leaving Cap alone on the compound. Yeah, isn't it a red carpet of a new movie, Wonder Man's in or something?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they did mention Wonder Man. Yeah.
But
I love, like, every other story. They're like, oh, yeah, someone always has to be on monitor duty. Meanwhile, there's nobody here. Cap's here by himself now.
Yeah. I guess they consider one of the staff to be on monitor duty.
I guess, but, just the way it seems like Cap's here completely alone.
Yeah. Good thing there's automated defenses, or somebody could just stroll right in there.
But again, also the quote-unquote guest the West Coast Avengers had, which we're going to find out. I'm like, wouldn't you just have someone here to guard him?
Yeah, I know. Especially him.
Oh, yeah. Before Cap can get into a jet and fly home, the alarm on the compound sounds. When he goes to see who is intruding on Avengers property, he is shocked to see a large humanoid armadillo. The creature introduces himself as Armadillo and tells him that he has come for something, but nothing will stand in his way. Cap battles the creature and easily gets the advantage due to the fact that while super strong, Armadillo is not very fast or agile. Eventually tricking the creature into a pit, Captain America realizes that the Armadillo is not really much of a threat or particularly bright. He asks the Armadillo why he has come to the compound. The creature explains that he has come to save the life of his wife Bonita. He explains that some months ago, his wife collapsed of a mysterious illness. Taking her to various doctors and draining his income, nobody was able to help her. Not willing to give up, he decided to seek out doctors who had questionable practices and would come to Dr. Carl Malice, who believed that he could save his wife. Malice would agree to save his wife on the condition that he would collect a villain known as Goliath.
Uh-oh.
That was a shocking revelation, almost like getting hit by a thunderbolt. As part of this plan, Malice mutated him into a humanoid armadillo for the task. It's like, you can't just give him super strength. You gotta mutate him into an armadillo.
Yeah. Gotta add that extra little flair in there.
I know. I don't know. Maybe because, like, Grunwald's like, yeah, I want to come back to the armadillo, but I'm like, it's a Secret Wars 2 tie-in. Why doesn't the Beyonder just, like, change this dude to give this guy superpowers like he did Thunder Sword?
Yeah.
Or at least give you more, oh, hey, this is a Secret Wars 2 tie-in.
Change him back, or at the end of the issue, change him back, or at least, like, phase him out of the suit or something.
Yeah.
Graft.
Captain America, remembering that Goliath is being held prisoner on the compound since his last battle, agrees to take Armadillo to where they are holding him, figuring that the creature will not be able to carry the giant-sized Goliath out of the compound. When they arrive there, the Armadillo reveals that he had a vial of shrinking compound. However, when he pulls it out, he finds that it has been smashed during the fight. Captain America suggests that he go back to Dr. Malice and get some more. However, this is a trick that Cap is playing on the dim-witted Armadillo so that he can follow the villain to Malice's hideout. I love it. Yeah, he's so stupid. He's like, Cap's like, oh yeah, go get more. I'll let you come back and get Goliath. It's like, okay, yeah, because even if you let him do that, it's not like, oh, hey, no, I promise the Avengers won't be here when you get back. Yeah, no, Wonder Man's not going to, like, smash you when you come back. While back in New York, Cap's girlfriend, Bernie Rosenthal, enters his apartment and finds that Steve is still not home yet. Wondering if Steve's roommate Jack has seen him, she checks to find that Jack is gone and wonders if he left without telling anyone, recalling how his job hunting was not going very well and that she was mad about something when she last something. It literally says when she last something.
Oh. Whoops.
So yes, Jack Monroe, kids, Nomad. So yeah, that was like the first thing Grunwald did, was kind of like write Nomad out the regular cast.
But I think he's in the next issue as well. But
I think that's when he kind of like leaves town.
I think he's doing the whole Bruce Banner sad piano walk in the issue.
But at least like Grunwald like actually just like did it in the plot. He's like, okay, Nomad's leave, and not not like a new writer comes on and be like, okay, I don't like that cast member, so we're not just going to talk about him anymore.
Yeah, he made it made sense.
Yes,
he made it. Yeah,
he actually explained stuff. Yeah,
and he ended up bringing him back a few times.
Yeah. Back in L.A., Cap tracks the Armadillo to the Eagle warehouse where he reports to Malice. Malice is angered by the Armadillo's failure and is even more upset when he finds that Captain America has followed his minion back to his hideout. Attempts to coerce Armadillo. Malice attempts to coerce Armadillo into killing Captain America by threatening to kill his beloved Bonita. However, Cap tosses his shield so fast it strikes Malice's arm holding the switch, breaking it. Before the Armadillo can attack, Cap warns him that a battle could damage important machinery, keeping his wife alive. He then orders the Armadillo to wait while he contacts the authorities. As Cap leaves, Malice is happier to have to deal with the real authorities than Captain America. As Cap walks to a payphone to call the police, the Beyonder, having watched the entire display, is impressed by Captain America's show of physical prowess. Scanning Captain America's body, even more so than a horny owl, the Beyonder changes his physical form into an exact duplicate of Cap's body and teleports away. The
Beyonder knows a good thing when he sees it. He's like, oh yeah, I want to
biscuit
look like
with big old guns.
that. He's like, I want to look like that.
Oh my.
Bigger boobies.
Nah, that'll be another 10 years from now. Hours later, Captain America finally gets into a Quinjet and flies back toward New York. While in that city, Black Mamba, Anaconda, and Death Adder are searching through the home of their former colleague, the Sidewinder, trying to find their cut of the money from their last job. They only find fouls on themselves and other snake-themed supervillains. Sidewinder arrives home and quickly changes into his costume. When they demand their cut of the money, he not only pays them their cut, but explains to them that he invested the money and earned them a profit. He offers them a business deal in the most lucrative supervillain venture. Impressed with this offer, they ask to hear more.
Yeah.
So yes, Serpent Society incoming. Yes.
Yeah.
Which we did talk about, like that first meeting of the Serpent Society on Marvel Tales. So
when they killed MODOK.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big deal, actually.
So yeah, maybe I'll try to share those. I'll try to remember to share the link. Yes, to those Marvel Tales episodes. Yes, because we did talk Serpent Society.
At some point, maybe for July or something, we could do a couple Captain America episodes and go back to some Mark Gruenwald stuff from around this time period and fill in some of the blanks of that. Because the next one is the Madcap issue.
Yes.
And that is a laugh riot.
Oh my God. We have to get Lilith so high and do that issue.
I couldn't hold it in any longer, Father.
Yeah.
Oh my, yes.
I think she would actually be entertained by that issue. I think after she reads the whole Madcap stuff, I think like, oh wow.
Oh my God, I gotta reread that issue. I wonder if that would be a live read worthy.
Oh, it might be, actually.
Trick your treat, bitch.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine? Hey, Lil, let's do some live reads of some Captain America issues.
Yeah, right.
But again, I mean, this might be my favorite of this week. No surprise, I'm a huge fan of Grunwald's Captain America. Right?
Yeah. I like this one. I like the Iron Man one. But yeah, I love the Armadillo is a great character.
Yeah.
Another, typical Mark Gruenwald. He's not a classic villain in the stereotypical sense. He has, motives. Yeah, he kind of reminded me of like Mr. Freeze from Batman.
Yeah.
Like he's got similar motives to that. So
he's trying to save his wife, and again, he's very slow and dim-witted. So Malice is taking advantage of him, and
yeah. And Malice, he's like, no, I'm not just going to give him super strength. I'm going to make him this monster too, because, that's the power brokers thing. He just gives people super strength. That's it.
Well, I guess it's
Carl Malice wants to set himself apart. He's like, no, I want to make people monsters too.
Well, you figure too, it's like if you just give the guy super strength, maybe it's just like I'm not going to listen to you. I got super strength now. But if you turn him into a monster, it's like yeah. Once you do what I say, not only will I cure your wife, I'll fix you too.
I'll change you back. Yeah. Smart. That Malice, he's devious. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think didn't Grunwald first like come up with him? I don't know, was it first Spider-Woman? I think who wrote a little bit of the original Spider-Woman series. I think Malice is in there. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's been a while since I read that, but yeah. Yeah, Grunwald wasn't on there long, but yeah, he did write some Jessica Drew issue, like the original series.
That's right. Yeah, he was on there for like a year or something, right? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, we should cover some. Yeah, oh God, we should do some of that, some of the Jessica Drew stuff.
Yeah, from the 70s.
Yeah.
Wow, love that.
So I'm trying to remember. I think they're on the app, but
are they?
I think so.
Let me look.
Yeah, but I do know, like I got like years ago, I got like the whole thing was like 2 volumes of those essential Marvel collections.
Oh,
the black and white.
ones?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I got a bunch of stuff I got when those were coming out back in the day, like a bunch of Spider-Man, some X-Men stuff. I think I got like the first volume or 2 of the Hulk stuff. Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. They put out a lot of stuff. Oh God, that's like I got the first. Did they do more than one? I got the first Moon Knight one where it had like his his first appearances in like Werewolf by Night and
those 2 Werewolf by Nights.
All the stuff before he got his own series, and then like some of the first early issues of his series. Yeah,
the random stuff, Marvel Spotlight and all that. Those essential volumes were cool. I had a few of those too back in the day,
and they weren't like overly expensive because the whole thing was like it was almost like a mini phone book. It was just everything was in black. The art was all in black and white, and the paper wasn't like it was just. But again, if you just wanted to read that old stuff and not break the bank, because it was before Marvel Unlimited, so it was like
And they weren't doing reprints as often back then. There were no Epic collections.
Yeah, or if you got those Marvel Masterworks, those were like hardcover. Yeah. Those were expensive. Yeah.
And they did that for the Spider-Woman series.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like you'd be shelling out $50 at least for one of those volumes.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what those essentials were, but yeah, they were a lot cheaper than that.
The essentials were like $15 or $20. They were super cheap.
Look, I think that Jessica Drew series is on.
They do. They have all 50 issues of it.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, I would love to cover some of that. That would be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work that into the schedule somewhere. Yeah, even if we do it later, like second half of the year. Yeah.
Do you think we should get Ray in on that? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll try to work that in. Maybe like make that one of his episode, whatever month we do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I seem to remember him interested in Jessica Drew. Boy, he should do a podcast on that.
Yes. To know her is to fear her, the Spider-Woman podcast.
Poor Saren probably wants to go back to work, but Ray's too busy with his deck.
He used both hands for it. The biggest deck?
He had other things on his mind.
Yeah, Justin's poll next, right?
All right, let's get moving here. We got 2 more issues to cover here.
Yeah.
Almost at an hour already. All right. So next we'll jump to the X-Men issue.
Yeah, this one's heavy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So look at that. That's some Claremont S&M cover right there.
You know it. 1985.
All right. So Uncanny X-Men 196 again, August 85. The title, What Was That? Once again, Chris Claremont writer, penciler John Romita Jr., inker Dan Green, colors Glennis Oliver, colors letterer Tom Orzechowski, and editor Ann Nocenti. Professor Xavier is once more resuming his lectures at Columbia University when he overhears one of the students who beat him months earlier suggest to his friends that they should kill Xavier as he can identify them. Unfortunately, due to his injuries, the professor cannot, and due to the limitations on his mental powers and the amount of minds in the room, he's unable to pinpoint who is plotting to murder him and decides to get the X-Men involved to try and prevent the attack. And again, this summary's way off because, again, in the beginning, he doesn't even know who the victim is. He's just like, someone's planning to kill somebody in this room, but I don't know who.
Yeah, he's scanning the audience trying to figure out who it is. But
yeah,
there's so many people there that even a telepath of his power is able to do it.
Well, again, they say he's injured, and is he taking something to, like, I guess, dampen down his powers because that's causing him.
Yeah.
Oh man, look at all those heads in that corner box. Look at that. Missed that.
Me too.
Meanwhile, in the African Serengeti, Storm is enjoying the wilderness when she is approached by a lion. Seeing this as a sign, she is horrified when the creature is shot dead.
Yeah.
I know. Come on, Claremont. When she rushes to it, she is grazed by a bullet. This is a shot fired by Andreas von Strucker, who is paying Aurora back for beating her and her brother up earlier, and they decide to leave her for dead in the wilderness. Are you saying these twins are bad people? They were raised by a Nazi. Come on. Back in New York City, Professor X meets with his fellow X-Men and Magneto at a deli where he explains the plot against them by the students who beat him earlier. As they begin planning, Rachel becomes distracted when she notices a strange man suddenly entering the deli and asking strange questions about manners and satisfying his curiosity about food. Rachel approaches the man and realizes that it's the Beyonder, which I don't think the last synopsis said. The Beyonder has basically given himself Steve Rogers' bodies, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, Steve Rogers' identity isn't public knowledge at this point, so nobody knows it looks like Steve Rogers.
Exactly.
But when Kitty goes up to see who he is, who she is talking to, and Rachel points him out, the Beyonder has vanished just as mysteriously as he entered, leaving both wondering what the Beyonder wanted. Nightcrawler is paying a visit to his priest, Father Bowen, at St. Anne's Church. He explains his encounter with the Beyonder, a being that has shaken his faith in God. Breaking down into tears before the troubled priest, Nightcrawler admits that he has lost. Yeah, so what you think about that is the Beyonder's shaking Nightcrawler's
crisis
faith
of faith. Yeah, that's pretty wild. I'd forgotten about that.
I know, and I forgot too. It's Cyclops ain't here, Storm ain't here, so Nightcrawler's the acting leader of the X-Men at the moment.
Yeah, because everybody else is kids except for Wolverine.
It's so funny. It's just I swear, if you become leader of the X-Men, you're going to be out in 6 months to a year.
High turnover rate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That night at Columbia University, the students plotting to kill Xavier plan a special device on Xavier's desk that will kill him the moment he sits down at it. While nearby, the X-Men stake out the area looking for clues. As Rogue carries Rachel over the campus, she talks about how she can trust Magneto to work with the X-Men, considering that in her reality, Magneto was a trusted ally of the surviving X-Men. The conversation ends when Rachel picks up trouble in an alley and the two help stop a mugging. However, it proves to be a bitter victory, as the man they saved was jumped while writing an anti-mutant epitaph on the wall. Angry that this sort of anti-mutant sentiment is allowed, Rachel angrily blasts the wall and vows never to let her apocalyptic future to happen again. As she and Rogue walk past, neither are aware that they are being watched by the Beyonder, who has found Rachel's actions very interesting and decides to observe her further. Elsewhere, Kitty and Wolverine go over reports back from the others when Kitty's curiosity and Wolverine's cigar makes her yank it out of his mouth and give it a puff. She finds the smoke incredibly harsh and proceeds to have a coughing fit. Wolverine finds this amusing, and he tells her that the only reason he can handle the cigars without any irritation is because of his mutant healing factor. They then begin talking about if they should be able to trust Magneto, to which Logan suggests that Magneto deserves a chance at redemption. Claremont issue, oral fixation, check.
Yeah.
Kitty then decides to check out their next list of suspects and uses her phasing powers to gain access to a dormitory, unaware that the Beyonder is secretly watching her. She enters a physics lab where she comes across her classmate Roger and some other students working on something in secret. She decides to butt in and start asking questions. Roger, knowing that Kitty attends Xavier's school, asks if she is a mutie, when she retorts by asking him if he identifies as a racial slur.
Oh, yeah.
Which they put a black bar over on Marvel and Marvel Unlimited, so...
Yeah, they do, but in the actual issue...
I was going to say, yeah, in the actual issue printed in 1985, yeah, they like, the N-word, right?
Yeah, they printed the whole thing
Jeez.
out, yeah. I remember reading that, because this is one of the issues that I got when it came out. When I was a kid, and I was only 7 or 8, maybe, reading that. And I was like, whoa!
I know, she goes, are you an N-word? And it's like, whoa!
Whoa! Jeez.
You kissed men too old for you with that dirty mouth? sucking on Wolverine's cigar.
That part made me laugh with the cigar. That always
Suck.
makes me laugh.
I
Yeah,
know.
I forgot about the N-word. Whoa.
I know, but like I said, the black bar was there, but they're all from what I'm like, there's no doubt what that is.
Yeah, you know what she said. Yeah. Yeah, they would not print that today. No.
I mean, I get the point Claremont was trying to make, but it's like, and again, mutie is a racial slur, but it's like,
Right.
it's a fictional racial slur.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, she calls him a racial slur. He becomes angry, and she points out that calling a mutant a mutie is no different or any less hurtful. When she decides to leave, she is maced and chloroformed, and again, it's a Claremont issue, and Roger decides that she has to die as well. Her attempts to contact Rachel or the Professor telepathically, but it's too late. While the other X-Men are waiting for Kitty, Rachel accompanies Xavier and Magneto back to Charles's office. She is expressing her concerns over the Beyonder when she detects his presence when they enter the office. Using her psi powers to try and get them to see him too, Rachel inadvertently activates the weapon left behind by the students, a psi scrambler device that bombards her mind and threatens to overload it. The resulting blast sends Charles and Magnus flying out of the building. While the other X-Men rescue them, Wolverine goes back to check on Rachel. Rachel, so furious about being attacked in such a horrible way, manifests her hound costume and facial tattoos and races off to find the men responsible. She crashes in on Roger as he is attempting to choke Kitty to death. She knocks all the students aside, and when Roger attempts to shoot her with a gun, she uses her telekinetic powers to turn the bullet back. It almost strikes Roger if not for Magneto's timely arrival. He argues with her that this is not the way to deal with those whose ignorance and hate lead them to treat mutants as they do. He explains that the way of violence has done nothing for him over the years. Rachel counter-argues that in the future she came from, humans made her into a slave hound and killed all those she loved. When she expresses that they need to pay for the pain and suffering they have caused, Magneto decides to let her make up her mind, telling her that she should slaughter them as mercilessly and callously as they would her. Rachel finds that she cannot take a human life and spares Roger, telling Magneto that she may never be able to forgive him for this and suggests that they leave. As they walk away, Kitty thanks Rachel for the help. In the aftermath of the battle, the Beyonder finds the whole tableau that happened before him strange and confusing, wondering why beings of such power would act in the fashion that they did. Finding the X-Men puzzling indeed, the Beyonder decides to turn his attention to others and teleports away. So, all Claremont's aside, it's like, I say this tie-in issue has the most Beyonder in it.
Yes. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think at all the times, again, and I love the Captain America issue, but again, I think this is probably the most worthy of, oh, hey, this is a Secret Wars 2 crossover issue. Yeah.
Right.
Which is surprising because then it's like the New Mutants issue, also written by Claremont, has like the least to do, I swear, with the Beyonder almost.
Yeah, I wonder if he had the scripts prepared earlier for the New Mutant stuff.
Maybe because he's in the middle of a storyline and stuff. Yeah.
Maybe he had to do the least amount of changes on this script for X-Men.
Maybe, or maybe he just thought the X-Men book was going to be a part of it, not the New Mutants, because again, original Secret Wars, not everybody's book dealt with that,
True.
Because not everyone got teleported away. Here, the whole Marvel Universe is getting involved.
Yeah.
In some way, big or small.
Yeah. Yeah, this era of the X-Men is heavy, man. We got the Lion getting shot in the beginning, and Storm getting shot in the beginning, and
I know, and then the Nazi children could be calling her a savage and stuff, and
yeah, and just the state of the X-Men right now, they're kind of scattered to the four winds as per usual, and they don't really have much of a leader, and they're just kind of bumming around. Yeah.
And again, Charles Xavier is about ready to make his exit.
Right. They have no idea, right? They have no clue that he's getting ready to leave.
No, I'm trying to remember. Does he even know he's leaving at this point? But so I think it's like, isn't he like slowly dying? But it's like Shi'ar medicine can help him, or
is that? Yeah, that's.
I don't know, but again,
something like.
But
that.
again, Bird Strange. Yeah, because he
priorities,
Yeah, because does he leave by like 200, and then he ain't back, and until like they go to get him at like 275 or something.
Yeah, Jim Lee issue.
Yeah, because there's a few years there in between.
Yeah.
whole Australian. Oh, we gotta do some Australia issues.
Yeah, definitely. Love that stuff.
They were running some weird things about in Australia.
Yeah.
Taint. Taint.
Again, kids, check out our friend on YouTube, Ray Plays Games.
Yes.
Strongest wrists down under.
Always a good time over there.
Yeah, he's put up a new episode. What was it, last day or two, I think?
I think so, yeah. It was sometime this week.
So yes, go and comment. Lil's always like, tell them CapesandLunatics sent you.
Oh, baby.
That's right.
All right, so ready to get to the Iron Man issue?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, so like that Captain America issue, it's like, it's Grunwald's just starting on Captain America. Iron Man, it's like, I guess Denny O'Neil's still going to be around for a little bit on Iron Man, but yeah, like Tony Stark's not completely back yet, but he will be soon.
Yeah, a lot of changes happening all over the place here.
Yeah, but I do always remember this cover. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a great cover. Another John Byrne one.
All right, last one for this episode. Iron Man 197 from, of course, August 1985. Call him, ... Thunder Sword. Writer Denny O'Neil, penciler Rick Buckler, inker Ian Atkin and Brian Garvey, colorist Bob Sharon, letterer Rick Parker, and editors Mark Grunwald and Howard Mackey.
Nice.
James Rhodes in Tony Stark's Iron Man armor turns Stuart Caldwell, a.k.a. Thundersword, over to the L.A. police following their battle downtown. As Caldwell is being locked up, Iron Man turns over his Shazam award, the object that seemingly granted him his powers as Thundersword. However, alone in his cell, Stuart rationalizes that since his powers were derived from his imagination, that the limitations were also the product of his imagination as well. Through sheer willpower, Stuart causes his Thundersword powers to return and uses them to escape from his cell, flying away on his winged steed, Bromir. When Iron Man attempts to stop him, he is easily overpowered in battle. Finding that Rhodey is beneath his notice, Thundersword rides off to freedom. Again, this is such a plot device. Cause I'm like, did it seem like the Beyonder just like took his powers or let him like expire or whatever? He's like, nah, I can. So what? It's not. Well, I guess Thundersword keeps his powers. I don't know.
It was an '80s thing.
Yeah. Feeling like a chump, James flies back to the headquarters of Circuits Maximus to report back to Tony. He arrives to find only Cly and Mortley there. However, Tony arrives shortly thereafter. James attempts to talk to Tony as sidelined when Cly begrudgingly tells Tony that Bethany Cabe called, but said she would call back an hour later. As Stark attempts to keep his mind off his anticipation for the phone call, he listens to James suggesting that Tony take back the Iron Man armor following his crummy performance earlier that day. Tony tells James not to give up, and when they hear reports of Thundersword's renewed carnage, Tony agrees to help Rhodey defeat him. However, the phone then rings, and it turns out to be Bethany. While Cabe is in the middle of asking Tony to see her, masked men break into her hotel room and overpower her. Realizing that Bethany's in trouble, Tony puts aside all his other work and puts on an old suit of Iron Man armor to try and rescue her. Basically, the very first armor, that gray
the
armor.
original.
Yes.
Yeah, the little gray lead one.
That's basically... I think that's the only one he had left besides the one Rhodey's wearing, because like I think Stain tried to capture all the other Iron Man armors, and they basically dumped them in the ocean or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Because he had basically had like a whole vault of them, and they emptied the vault and just like drove all the armors into the ocean. Yeah. At the hotel where Bethany is staying, the masked kidnappers try to load her up into a helicopter. However, she revives and tries to fight them off again. However, they convince her to stop resisting by threatening to shoot her. When Tony arrives, they are taking off in a helicopter, and his outdated armor is not powerful enough to keep up with the chopper, and the kidnappers manage to escape. So Tony was like, oh, well, lots of innocents in danger. I don't care. I got something else better to do.
Superior plus.
Again, priorities.
He is a man of certain priorities, yes.
Yeah.
Superior puss.
Oh my. You want me to come rescue you?
Yes, Daddy.
Daddy, as in sugar.
Huh?
Although he failed at saving Bethany, Tony comes up with a solution to defeat Thundersword and rushes back to Circuits Maximus. He tells James to lure Thundersword to the Bust-a-Point reactor. As James is doing that, Tony, Cly, and Morley rush there and wire in the chest plate to Tony's new armor into the reactor. Running a guide wire outside, they hook it in the Rhodey's armor, supercharging it with electricity, boosting its power exponentially. When Thundersword arrives, he attacks James and finds that his weapons have no effect on him anymore. Iron Man then manages to defeat Thundersword with one single punch, sending him out into the nearby Pacific Ocean. When Rhodey flies after him, he finds no trace of Thundersword in the water. When Iron Man returns to report that Thundersword got away, Tony figures that they'll hear from him again. When Rhodey asks about Bethany, Tony explains that she was captured and that he is going to try and get her back. To be continued. But yeah, no, I believe it. Yeah, they were agents of Obadiah Stane who was kidnapping a bunch of people close to Tony. So,
Yes.
which again, that'll all climax in Iron Man 200.
The big issue 200, yeah, revealing the new armor.
All right, so what you think, Justin?
I love this one.
Oh, yeah.
This is one of my favorites, yeah. And this is also one of the ones that has more to do with the Secret War stuff because of Thundersword.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like you really don't get like beyond her, but you do get Thundersword. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So there's some repercussions of his actions, at least cropping up in this issue. Is more than just one or two pages. Yeah, I thought just the way that he gets his powers and the way that he loses them is kind of silly, but like I said, it's 1980s powers, so you're gonna take.
Oh yeah.
I love it. I also love this time period because we had briefly Tony and Jim both flying around in the armor for a few issues.
Yes.
Like as with this issue, and then the couple that follow it. Like I think the one after this is another great one. It's both of them fighting like this mechanical creature that Obadiah Stane sends to Circuits Maximus to destroy the facility or something, and they have to fight it off. I love that. It was so super fun to see Tony flying around in his robot. Because we, as comic book fans in 1985, we never saw that. Like we never read any of that stuff where he had that gray armor. Like all those old reprints or whatever, none of that existed yet. Like we heard about it and we knew about, like when he started out with the Avengers, he was wearing the gold armor. Like a lot of us knew about that stuff, but none of us had ever seen him flying around in his original armor. At least most people in our generation. So,
and it's like
cool.
It's like he was starting from the ground up again because it had been a while. Because again, it was almost by the time we get to 200, it's been like 30 issues. Though it's been over 2 years since he.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So that was a big deal, and I always like to see both Jim and Tony in the same issue wearing armor. It's always fun.
But yeah, at the end when Tony says, "Oh, I'm sure we'll see Thundersword again," so I looked it up. I was like, "Okay, did we ever see Thundersword again?" Yes, we did.
Oh.
Yes, he returns, I guess, in Civil War 2 in 2016.
What?
Yeah, so in
Really?
like 2 issues of Captain Marvel from 2016. So yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's a while before we would see our friend Thundersword again.
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting. I'll have to go back and check that out.
It's like 30 years before we see our friend Thundersword again.
That's crazy.
I know.
Wow. That's cool though.
I know. I was just like, damn, we're gonna pick him back up, but I guess they did.
Civil War II. Wow.
Oh my God. I did not know this. Under the trivia for Thundersword, guess who the character was based on?
80s.
Never gonna guess.
He-Man?
No. I guess the writer guy, but yeah, not even 80s. It doesn't even have to be 80s because this guy was around before the 80s.
No, I can't.
You're never gonna guess. This knocked me for a loop. I never would have. It says this character was based on Steve Gerber.
Really?
That's what it says.
Oh my God. Wow.
Booty looks good all the time.
That's hilarious.
I know. I was like, damn.
Well, I think wasn't Steve Gerber like on the outs with Marvel then?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. So again, was that Shooter's like shot at like Steve Gerber or something? 'Cause
Yeah, maybe.
I would assume Shooter's the mastermind behind that since he wrote Secret Wars 2 #1.
Yeah, well, he did. Yeah, I don't think him and Gerber got along at all.
Wow, maybe.
That would, if I remember right. Yeah, I think that that might have been a dig at Steve Gerber from Jim Shooter.
Damn.
Wow.
What a peg.
funny.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't have guessed that in a million years.
I know. I saw that. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Jeez. Boy, people didn't like Jim Shooter. Oh. I mean, I think he had somewhat of a good mind for like business, but it's just like, it doesn't seem like he had a lot of people skills.
Yeah. You need to be able to know how to talk to creative people, writers and artists. You can't use a sledgehammer with people like that.
Oh yeah. All right. So, what did you think of Part 1 of Secret Wars 2, Justin?
Well, it's not as confusing and disjointed as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Because we have, all these disparate. We got the New Mutants and X-Men, Captain America and Iron Man, like all these different corners of the Marvel universe. I thought it might be a little all over the place and whatnot, but it really isn't, because of the fact that we mentioned that a lot of these issues only have just a page or two of the Beyonder or some tangential reference to what's going on in the larger picture. But yeah, for the most part, it was a lot of self-contained stories or stories that were continued from previous things that were going on.
Oh yeah. And again, I mean, at least some of these issues had something to do with the Beyonder.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he kind of had. He took Steve Rogers' body.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We'll get more though. We'll get some more of the more substantial appearances of the Beyonder later on.
Yes, the Beyonder has much more to do. This is
Yeah,
nothing.
He's just getting warmed up, folks. If this is your first time reading Secret Wars 2, buckle up. Oh
yeah.
Because the Beyonder is just getting started.
He's not going to be a passive observer for too much longer.
No.
He hasn't even gone to the bathroom yet.
Teach me how to urinate.
Oh my God! We should try
We're trying to drink water yet.
We should try to get Russell for that episode.
Teach me how to urinate.
Which issue is that? Do you remember?
Oh, it's got to be one of the Spider-Man issues, right? Because Spider-Man teaches him to use the bathroom.
I think so. Or it might have been one of the actual Secret Wars too.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
With Spider-Man in it. I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
We'll come up to it soon enough.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we'll bring up this Secret Wars schedule here. Yeah, because next episode in a few days we'll hear is our Deadpool live read.
Yes.
Me, Justin, Lilith, and Kristen. So.
Yeah. We're all playing multiple parts.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
All right, but yes, next in a month, when we get back to Secret Wars 2, we'll be covering Secret Wars 2 #2, Web of Spider-Man #6, Amazing Spider-Man 268, and Fantastic Four 282. So that's what I wonder if that. I wonder if the next episode's going to be the bathroom issue, because
maybe.
So I'm looking. That might be the Spider-Man.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh,
because I think the Web of Spider-Man one is the one with the gold.
The gold. Yeah, I think Web and Amazing. So yeah, maybe it's later. Yeah, there is like 2 more Spider-Man issues later on, like towards the end. So maybe, I don't know.
I can't remember which one is the gold building, but it's one of those.
Yeah, but I think you're right, man. I think it might be next time with the Web and the Amazing, because I do remember yeah, he does change it. I think it is the Web issue. He changes the building to gold, because like in the Amazing issue that follows up, it's like them trying to clean it up and keep it,
yeah, the aftermath,
like the government trying to keep it quiet and stuff. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Crazy.
All right. So, all right, kids. So yeah, send us your thoughts on Secret Wars 2, this issue, the upcoming stuff. We got lots of good stuff coming up. Like I said, the Deadpool live read. Later this month, we're going to have our first Electric Superman episode.
Yes, I'm super excited for that.
Oh, super excited. Yes.
Super. Get it?
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, keep your eye on our social media, kids. Yeah, we'll tell you what's coming up. So you can always send your thoughts in. And then send them, email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow us on pretty much all social media. And as I said, last episode, I think, I have started a Substack for Capes and Lunatics. So find that and subscribe. And you don't have to look for us. It'll drop right into your email.
That's right.
Help support us by buying merch at TeePublic in spring. And I've worked up a new Capes and Lunatics logo. So expect a new T-shirt and merchandise
nice. Yeah.
incoming soon. So, yeah.
New T-shirt for the new year. I love
Yeah.
it.
So that's what I even told Lilith when I showed her the logo. I was like, yeah, I think that'll look pretty good on merch too. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And of course, again, the best way to support us, Lilith's favorite method, is just rain random money on us through the Cash App link. Again, keep the queen happy.
We need the money. Gimme.
And of course, the Patreon, where again you get exclusive uncensored content every month. We gotta still figure out what to do with January, but December, Justin and I talked about his concert going experiences, went through one of his playlists.
Yeah, it was super fun.
For 2025. Yes, like I said, you get exclusive uncensored content, and the biggest thing you get for your money is it is the only safe way to tell Lilith Hellfire what to do. So that's worth it for the money alone.
That's right.
So yes, kids, subscribe to the Patreon and tell Lilith Hellfire what to do.
Shut up, Phil.
So go subscribe at patreon.com/CapesandLunatics.
Fucking crazy.
Again, these are the censored episodes you're listening here, kids. Yeah. Imagine when we take the training wheels off, kids. All right. And of course, if you need more Justin the Owl, which you know you do, check him out on the Lost Library of Legends.
Yes.
He got some
right.
good stuff coming up too, and some.
That's true. And you'll be joining me actually, Phil.
That's
on
right.
One of my newest sub-series for that, Luminosity, the Dr. Light podcast, where we will be discussing the early adventure of the second character to use the name Dr. Light from DC Comics, Kimio Hoshi.
Yep.
Super excited for that.
Oh yeah, me too. And then you sent me the list for the other one today, and I was just like, "Oh God, I like all of these. I don't know what I'm gonna have to pick."
You can join me for all of them if you want, Phil.
It's always time constraints. Otherwise, I would. I'm like, "Oh
No,
yeah."
no,
Because that second character, I think I'd rather. I mean, I love Dr. Light is cool, but I think the other character, I'm like, oh yeah, even more
Well,
so.
yeah. There's some key stuff in there.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So stay tuned. Go subscribe to Lost Library of Legends, kids. You got some
That's
good
right.
stuff coming.
Cooking for the new year.
Yeah. And of course, yes, go on Amazon, pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder by Kristen. Again, learn everything you need to know about Dick Grayson, and you will learn something again. And you should be reading. And your purchase helps supports an educator, Kristen herself.
Mhm.
And of course, you can follow me all over social media at PodfatherPhil. All right. Good episode. I can't believe we got to wait another month for more Secret Wars.
Yeah, now I'm curious which one the episode, the issue rather, where Spider-Man teaches him how to pee.
Oh, we'll find out.
I'm curious now.
All right, but for another episode, we have been your Capes, Silent
Lunatics.
Yes. Again, come back in a few days for that Deadpool 11 live read.
Yes, the live read.
It'll be crazy, I promise you.